Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I'm John. I'm an American that's been living abroad for nearly 20 years now, more than 15 years here in China. And I've seen a lot of people move abroad and succeed, and many more move abroad and financially just crash. And I want to make sure you're in the first group, not the last group. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the most common financial mistakes a lot of people make when they move abroad and how you can avoid those mistakes. And if you stay tuned till the end, I'll also share with you guys some other stuff as far as how I'm investing my money and all this kind of stuff, all that stuff at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. And let's get into it. So mistake number one is like trying to import your old lifestyle to your new country. A lot of people, they'll move to a new country and the exact same things that they did at home, they're trying to do in the new country. And it could be like, say, going to import goods stores and buying these imported ingredients, or shopping online for Western brands just because they're names that you're familiar with. And what happens is when you're living abroad, those items are actually like luxury items. And they will cost you 2 or 3, 4 times more than the local products. And they're also even more expensive than they were back home. So they're actually luxury goods. And you end up paying a ton of money for that stuff. And so the best thing you can do really is try not to do that. Try to shop locally, like buy local brands. And also, doing that stuff, you're going to integrate with local society and integrate better with the locals. And you're going to be able to make more friends and things like that instead of being isolated and stuck with your old lifestyle. So that's number one. Okay, so number two is going to be factoring in like visa costs and healthcare costs and things like that. Because most people don't factor those things in. And like you might need to pay for visa renewals. A lot of times that often includes having to have like a health check to show that you're healthy before you can even renew your visa. And a lot of these things cost money and also can be complicated processes where you might even have to hire an agent to help you handle those things. And a lot of people forget about those like unexpected costs and they just kind of pop up and you end up spending a lot more money than what you normally would. And this kind of catches you off guard and it's a surprise. And so you really need to do your research in advance, plan for these costs and actually budget for these costs each and every single month. And even if this month it doesn't pop up, at least you budgeted for it, and now you have a little bit of extra money, extra cushion to take care of that in case it does pop up in the future. So that's something else to really consider, your visa and medical costs. Number three, getting stuck in like the social expat spending loops. A lot of foreigners, they only hang out with other foreigners, and what happens is it ends up costing you a lot of money because you're socializing with these people, and it typically means going to expensive bars, Western restaurants, weekend trips, all this kind of stuff. And it blows through money really, really fast. And a lot of foreigners get stuck in this trap and they end up going broke and having to go back home because they can't maintain that lifestyle. And so, what I recommend doing is making more friends with local people and hanging out with local people at local spots, which are often, a quarter of the price of the expat spots. And also find activities that you actually like to do that don't cost you any money, like coming to a place like this and going for a nice, relaxing walk in nature. There's so many things you can do that don't cost any money. You don't have to stay in the bar or stuffing your face with Western food all the time. All right, number 4 is overpaying for housing. A lot of foreigners, they touch down the place and they rent the nicest apartment or villa they found immediately. And then after a month or two and meeting other people and making friends and stuff, you find out that you are paying way too much money for that housing. And now you're stuck with it because you signed a long-term lease. So what I recommend doing is when you first touch down, get a short-term rental first for just like a month, something like that. Get to know some local people around, get to make friends around, and then you can find the best neighborhood, the best price, and all those things, and before you lock in your long-term lease. And oftentimes you'll even meet local people who will help you find a place that's really, really cheap and also in a great place. But you can't know all those things when you first go to a new place without meeting people first. So don't lock in your lease ASAP, short-term rental, and find the best places and lock that in later at a better price. All right, so number 5 is going to be falling for the special expat prices. You know, you go to like local food markets, real estate agents, taxis, all this kind of stuff. More often than not, they're going to give you a higher price than what they give the locals. And so it's a couple ways to avoid this, and it's really simple, basically by talking to local people and learning, you know, making friends with local people and learning the local norms for bargaining, so you can figure out the best way to negotiate the best possible price. And also on top of that, if you actually have local friends, again, more often than not, they're actually going to be more than happy to help you actually negotiate and bargain for the best possible price, because they also take pride in their country and they don't want to see, you know, foreigners get ripped off and have a bad reputation of their country. And they're going to go above and beyond to help you do all these things. So definitely don't fall for the local foreign prices. Make friends and learn what's normal in the place you're living. Don't just assume that, you know, everybody is going to treat you really well, because oftentimes they will give you a price with a smile on their face and you might think it's normal, and it's not. It might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 times more than the local price. So learn all those things before you start getting too happy to just cough up your money. The next one, number 7, should be self-explanatory, but not having a safety net. A lot of people live month to month, and when you're living month to month, you never know what's going to happen. There could be some kind of emergency, some kind of job loss, some type of crazy situation like the C-19 thing that happened, and all this kind of stuff. And if you're in that type of situation, it's just really, really tough. You don't want to be like me, how I was when I first moved abroad, and end up homeless on the street. You need a safety net. And because all those things happen to me, actually nowadays, I know most people recommend 3 to 6 months living expenses for a safety net, but because the situation I was in, and then also after the whole C-19 situation, I prefer to have 2 to 3 years of living expenses in cash in a bank account that I can easily access. So if something like that happens again and the whole world gets shut down for 2 or 3 years, I can live, I have enough money to live, and my investments do the rest of the work. But, you know, I'm not relying on those entirely to live off of, so I have this emergency cash for 2 to 3 years, so that way if the crap does hit the fan, you got a backup plan. So to recap, don't try to live exactly like you live back home. Budget for like your legal and medical costs. Also, avoid overspending on social life and networking, and choose your housing carefully. Also, you know, watch out for, you know, inflated expat prices. It happens everywhere. And you know, just protect your health with insurance, and always have a safety net. If you do these things, and you'll be way ahead than most other expats financially. And lastly, as I told you guys, I do a lot of investing, especially in passive income and things like that, and actually have several dividend portfolios that pay me a lot of money every single month and allow me to go anywhere I want to go and live anywhere I want to live without even having a job. So if you're interested in that, that's on my other channel. There's like 12,000 subscribers over there. I'll put the link to that in the description below and maybe in the pinned comment. And a lot of you guys know already, I did write a memoir about my story, about how I went from, you know, broke, depressed, and homeless, and all that stuff, to actually finding some peace and happiness and some purpose and all those things in my life. The link to that is down below as well. And I also am working on a free course for creating freedom abroad. Break free from the 9 to 5 without, you know, having to spend your life working and all that crap. I do have the free course coming. I'll put the link to the playlist down below. The whole course isn't completely uploaded yet, but there are a few lessons, and I drop lessons each and every week. So if you want to watch the free course here on YouTube, I'll put that link in the description below as well. And if you like the video, hit the damn like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Y'all take care.